Welcome to the welcome to the Bob and Tam show. The heck is Tam at? Check, check, check. 1, 2, check 1, 2. Turn the microphone down a little bit. Check, 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 check. All right. So nobody's on. So that's no problem. Not looking like how long we're going to stay on here this evening. We had a few people that actually said they would like to see us come out and do a live on Easter Sunday. So if nothing else, maybe we'll hang around a half an hour to an hour here. If a few people come on, great. If nobody comes on, then it probably quicker than that. So here's the other half. Happy Easter.
Easter. He's risen.
And so let me get it on our Facebook pages because maybe some people will come on then and see what's going on, because I kind of put this up just a few minutes ago, letting everybody know that we're going to go live and see what happens. We're getting ready for, so actually there's 8 on. So, hey, we do have a few people on there. George is in the house. Hey, George, how's it going?
I liked your Easter bunnies riding a motorcycle.
So let me get a link here. I'm going to put it on our Facebook page. So if anybody wants to come on, they know we're here. So we're getting ready to go to Leesburg. That'll be happening pretty soon. We leave out tomorrow morning early over to Las Vegas. And then we fly out bright and early on Tuesday morning.
Expect you guys to be on it.
Wasn't planning on it, but I mean, we had a few people. We had extra time. We don't really have any family in town. We did church last night. So today we just kind of just got ready, did our final packing to get everything all straightened up for ready to go out camping. Ready to go out to the bike
East
rally.
Coast.
Yep.
We're going to be doing a lot in 30 days.
Yep. Nice.
Clint, how you doing? And go. Hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Craig, he says happy Easter. Did you guys make it back home to Minnesota? Carol S is on. Hi to Tammy for us. Nicholas is on. Hey, Nicholas, how are you? So Garrett's on. Ready for Leesburg. There you go. So are we. We're getting there.
So we've got another breaking news story.
Pennsylvania.
Hopefully we'll get it done after this. I still got to put it together so we can put it up for Tuesday. We found some major things that there could be a taking over of the board. So that'll be pretty exciting. We got some good information on that. One of the things I'll probably talk about, because I don't think we're going to have time to do it, but if you are somebody that goes to Daytona Bike Week, go to Main Street. If you type in the address 777 Main Street, that is being bought out by, I think it's out of Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. A brewery company is buying it out, and they're spending some
Daytona?
millions. Yeah, I said Daytona. Some millions of dollars to fix that up. It used to be, had a bunch of vendors out front there. It's just down the way from where Indian has their display on the opposite side of One Sexy Biker Chick. So they're looking to spend a bunch of money here. Don't know if that'll all be happening before that. Some other news we heard is over at Main Street Station. There's some movement going on. Sure what's going on. There's a lot of gossip going on, but we don't know. Somebody told us, a little bird told us that it could be reopened for Biketoberfest. So that's very possible. We don't have any definite information on that, but we do know there's movement.
Hearsay.
There's people working on the other side of the fence. They're doing some work inside. They're fixing things up. So a lot of people thought it was this brewery coming in. And after I did some investigation with the city of Daytona, it was actually that 777 Main Street in Daytona is actually the property that they bought. And they had to first wait for the city to approve it, and the city approved it. So the people went ahead and bought it. And so that's kind of exciting. The other thing that I didn't know about was Cruising Cafe. It's for sale. Actually, there was a company actually looking at maybe buying that whole block there. I think they're in the whole. There's a lot of things that they've been trying to, and we talked about this before, that they really want to do something with Main Street down.
Make it kind of trendy.
And maybe build some condos on top of the businesses and things like that. Try to get it to where it's open year round. But a lot of the local businesses that are there complain that there's so many businesses there that are just run down. One of the people that own that, which I don't know if she'll still be, that Bristow.
Oh,
that was
yeah?
there.
At French Bistro?
She's not doing very good. She dumped a bunch of money in this building. I thought she owned it, and she doesn't. And the owner now says, "I'm gonna sell it." So I think she spent about 650,000 fixing this place up, and now I would have never spent that kind of money on that property if it wasn't
If
my
you didn't
own.
own it.
Yeah. Or that I would have made them sign a 10-year lease or a 20-year lease or something like that, where the lease is, the rent payment's going to stay the same, everything else. Lady's just not real bright.
Well, Anessa said that it was really good food, but, someone else had told us when we were down there, I don't know if you had heard him or not, but they said that maybe it was George, I don't know, that said, they weren't doing real good. I mean, it's good food, but you gotta get people to
But
come
that's
in.
that's what she was writing. She opens up in the morning and nobody comes in all day long. She does good during, bike week. Now Jeep week is just finishing up. It's going on
Now.
Sunday now. It's probably over now. I don't know what day. I don't know if Karen's on. She can tell. I know what was going on over the weekend. A few of them got pulled over by Daytona Police Department too. If you watched OP Live the other night, they had pulled somebody over the Jeep. They had all the speakers in the back. The cops said the jurisdiction is in Daytona is if we can hear your music 25 feet away from your vehicle, motorcycle, whatever, you could get a ticket. FYI.
They were trying to push that a couple years ago, if you remember the Ormond police saying that, trying to there was rules and regulations, and they had to go through a bunch of loopholes to get, like, a specific not how loud it was, but I guess that's what they've determined now, 25 feet, if they can hear it 25 feet away, it's loud. So, that Craig said they got home April 1st, gotten snowed on,
Are you
cold
sure?
and wet.
You're not fooling us? April 1st?
Yep.
We didn't do nothing. Nobody fooled us either.
Frank's on. Hey, Frank.
So we head out tomorrow morning, probably around 9. We'll probably leave from here to go over to Las Vegas. She's looking for a dress for
Graduation.
graduation. Everyone that she finds, boobs come out. So
Well,
she
they're
don't-
either cut so far down, like, it's like, is there not a top part to this dress, or they're so darn short? It's like, "Oh my
well, that or
gosh."
they're dragging the ground, and she don't.
Yeah. I don't want a long one.
It's summer. So yeah, it's
See.
so she's still looking around for that. So we got to do a little looking for that in the morning, and then be able to check in and at the Caliber again. Got a really good grade. It was like $76. I actually paid $5 more today instead of looking out the back and looking at the back of a building. So
Bunch of air conditioners.
I figured for $5. But another great place to stay. Those are two: the Excalibur and also the Sierra.
Yeah.
If you look through both of those, most of them, like I say, taxes, fees, and everything, 76. Well, I paid $5, so about $80, $81 for that's it. I end up getting off of Orbitz, but I mean, I go into the MGM app and it shows I already pre pre
Paid,
um,
pre-registered.
pre-registered. So they're going to send me a text tomorrow when my room's ready. That it should be for sure between 3 and 4, but could be earlier. Like last time, I think we got it noon almost.
And noon.
Because I pretty much today, I think they got WrestleMania or something's going on out there in Las Vegas. So probably by tomorrow morning, everybody's going to be gone out of there. A lot of people might have already left. Story.
I guess Ron Santos signed that noise ordinance to effect. Yeah, executive order, like, ooh.
But I mean, it is crazy because a lot of people out there, they're playing that rap music. It's got the F word and all this stuff. And there is kids around. And even if you're just driving down the A1A or you're
Well, I
driving
don't
down
wanna
the 1,
hear it. I mean, it's like, really? That's
and it's
uncalled for.
like there's no reason. It's like I do. Every time we pull up to a stop sign, I always turn the music down in first place because I want to be able to hear if a police car is coming by, if somebody's honking at us. Because if you got your stereo that freaking loud, you ain't gonna hear nothing. And what are you trying to prove? Same thing with the guys that rev the bike. I can see if you're riding down the road and you rev it up to go through a tunnel or something like that. I've done that. But to go down Main Street and all, we never got around to that video. We got a bunch of, we found out how many tickets there was written, and we were going to talk about Sturgis and all that. We got all the police information, and we haven't done that yet. So maybe on the road, if we have a little, I don't know, we probably won't have any time. But maybe when we get to our daughter's house, may have a little bit of time there that we can work on a couple of videos, talk about the tickets that they write, how many warnings they gave, things like that. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of them are because it's not necessarily just bikers. There's cars that are getting pulled over too. Also, fights that are going on that have to go. I mean, it's 99% of the time. I have always seen Sturgis and in Daytona, they've warned people. We've seen them because you're not allowed to have open containers in Sturgis, but if you buy the cup, you can. And we've seen them walk with a can, and we walked right up to them when they were doing it, and they told the guy, dump it out, throw the can away, and you can't drink on the street. And so I've never seen them really give a big deal. But I mean, if you argued about it, you try to keep drinking it, they're going to probably get a ticket because they told you to do something. You need to do what they tell you to do. You're breaking the law.
Our voices are slightly cutting out, Craig said. So,
Let's see.
Greg also said that if you saw that the Buffalo Chip announced that Hank Rotten, the MC for the Buffalo Chip, passed away. The guy that used to do all the announcing, I guess, on the main stage, amphitheater. Fun.
Yeah, but I can hear you cutting out too. I don't know what you're cutting out.
Ooh.
Getting brutal there.
Yep.
So I'll listen a little bit and make
Pushed
sure.
in all the way.
Might have to get a little closer to the mic. Cutting out too. I don't know what's going on. Everything's in tight.
Oh. So anyway, that's our story. We're sticking to it.
So
Getting ready tomorrow to head out to Vegas. And then we'll be in Leesburg on Tuesday afternoon. Leesburg, Florida. Well, Orlando probably.
yeah, so we land in Orlando because there's no airport in Leesburg. And then we'll Rod King's actually going to pick us up at the airport because that's where my motorcycle's at. And we're going to go over to his house, which is
I do.
about an
Thank you,
hour
George.
away with traffic. And then we have to ride back to Orlando, and we're staying in the Thousand Trails campground that we were at before. And
That's called Four Corners, I think, right there. George says he's planning on maybe doing the Beartooth Pass before Sturgis starts, and he'll let us know if we have any interest. That's going to be, I would like to. Are you taking like 3 or 4 days to do that? Both mics are cutting out, Craig said. Yeah, you figured that out.
I don't know. Maybe I'll pull the plug and we'll switch over to the camera. Let's see. Audio.
HP Pro webcam.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check. All right, let's see how that goes. All right, so let us know if that sounds any better. And so we don't have these on anymore, so move those out of the way. And
This past week, I had a man bun hipster wearing shorts and a canvas top on a CVO barking, haha. Take me on, boy, and that ain't no bad. I don't know what that is, what it was. What is? I don't know. I know. People, I don't know. That's when somebody rides up to you in your car and they like they want to race you, and it's like, are you like in high school or what's going on? Too many people using the net. I don't know. It shouldn't be. I mean, it's Sunday.
is it any better now?
George said Hank had a stroke yesterday. I don't know. There's V Rudder. Hope to see you at Leesburg. Okay, V Rudder. Did you send us your information? I think we talked about that last time you were on. I'll be in Leesburg Thursday afternoon. I'll text y'all tomorrow or Tuesday. Maybe meet up for dinner. Sounds good, Phil.
So we won't get there till late Tuesday night. So we won't.
That sounds better, they said.
Yeah. So we won't be there till Tuesday night. And by the time we get to the campground and all that, we're not going to do anything Tuesday night. By the time we get there, we probably have to go back to the store, pick up a few things after we unload. And probably by the time because now the time changes, so we actually have to get up 3 hours earlier. And Wednesday, we're going to be meeting with the police. We're going to be meeting with the city. We're probably going to go out to the campground and talk Windy Acres, talk to them because I want to get that video out Wednesday night. Hopefully the internet's going to work. We're bringing our both 2 hotspots. We got rid of the AT&T one, but I've still got our Verizon and our T-Mobile. If it really sucks, we may be just starting to take the computer with us, and I may be doing like I've done at other rallies, just do some editing while we're on the streets. And that way we can find somebody like I know probably dealerships probably got good internet. We can probably get in there and do it on their internet. And they may give me an office to sit in or something to do it. But then Tam could be out running around at the Gator Harley and looking at all their cool stuff that's going on. So we don't have a whole lot of plans. The only thing I really know is probably Saturday. We are probably going to be mostly on Main Street unless something drastically changes. We'll do a live sometime on Saturday from down there. Sometime probably depending on where you're at. Probably if you're in Florida, it's probably going to be around 11 o'clock So if you're on anywhere else, you can back up the times. And we'll probably be on for a couple of hours because we got to get in there probably before lunch to get us a table out there on the patio. And we had a couple of the bars allowed us last year to do it. So hopefully this year they'll let us too. So kind of look along, probably in the same place we've been the last couple of years doing lives from. So check us out there and we'll talk about what's going on, what we see, what we think about it. Right now the weather's looking pretty good. It's going to be warm. It's going to be in the 90s most of the time. Rain's only about a 5% chance. I think it's about a 15 on Saturday and maybe 20 something on Sunday. And hopefully by the time we leave to go to Panama City, it'll be gone. But you never know, in Florida, it could rain and then it's there and it's gone. Normally Florida doesn't rain all day long, not this time of year. So hopefully
coming in last year, remember when we were coming in and we had gotten close to Tallahassee and I can't think of his name. I think it's Mike and Donna, the ranger. He says, don't come. He said, it's bad weather. So we stopped at a Buc-ee's or something and stayed there for an hour or so and then came in. But it rained all that day. Yeah. But I mean, hey, Art, happy Easter to you too.
So yeah, so everything's going pretty well. We're ready to go, and like I say, it's gonna be a little while to get used to all this, doing it this way, traveling in. That's what our daughter was asking her. She thinks, is it better that you guys are flying in, or is it better that you used to pull the trailer? Well, the nice thing about the trailer is
we had everything there. I mean, I could just take everything that we use in the house and throw it in the trailer, and we had it.
Plenty of room.
And then here, it's like I'm really got to watch what I take and how big and samples and.
So right now the bike has still got our luggage from when we were down there for Daytona Bike Week. We left a lot of our clothes down there. My Bob and Tam shirts, our pair of jeans, socks, underwear, all that good stuff is all still there. So she had to, so she's got a suitcase, which has got all of our vitamins and all that kind of crap in it that we take.
All of our bathroom stuff. And then,
so that's there. And then I've got my camera bag with all the video gear, which is a big old backpack. So we're looking, hopefully, what we're planning on doing is once we get there to Rod King's house, clear all those out, get all that stuff on the bike, leave him with the suitcase and the backpack, and then have him take it to Leesburg. And then hopefully we'll find somebody, either Amzo or Adam, he's down there over the weekend, or All About Customs, or somebody
take this other suitcase.
Yeah.
Because one suitcase fits on the back of the bike. So
we already have that.
Yeah. But this is the one I'm going to use to go to my daughter's house when we get up to Myrtle Beach. And then he'll have the one that's on the back of the bike to put all the stuff in. So I'll take all my stuff and leave, and then he'll have the camera bag, his stuff, all that. So it's crazy. It's not, it's trying to figure out, he's up all night thinking that ain't all gonna fit. It's not all gonna fit on the bike. It's not all gonna fit. It ain't all gonna fit. He's like, you gotta watch what you're taking. And I'm like, I'm taking our bathroom stuff and our pills. That's all that's in the bag. And he gave me a couple of sticks to put in there. Maybe we can ship the tripod at Mindy's house or something, or ship it back here. I don't know, because he's got the tripod and that takes up a lot.
And then we decided we don't. I'm not bringing that camera, and so I should have just brought the tripod out. But what takes up room is we have the rain gear in there. We also have the cover for the motorcycle because it's going to sit outside. And then when we leave it at Steven's house, it's going to sit outside again until the truck gets there to pick it up. So the idea is I've got the heavy duty one. We
usually cover it at night.
The big heavy duty one that comes from Harley Davidson when you get a CVO, that cover is what I drag around. I could have brought, we've got a couple other nylon ones I could have brought, but didn't think about it at the time, so it's too late now.
Well, if we ship back the tripod, we could ship that back and take a smaller bag, or a smaller one.
That's still more money to spend shipping stuff back.
I'll tell you.
I'm telling you. So I don't know. We'll see how that all goes. Hopefully it'll all jam in there and it'll get there. And but before, when we used to ride the rallies, we probably took some Tylenol, and that was about all we took. We didn't have to take all the drugs we have to take to keep alive.
Well, ever since the pandemic, we take a lot of vitamins and zinc and vitamin D and all that stuff extra that we never really used to take before. So that's all extra.
So she takes it and builds it up for the 30 days we're gone, and they're all in Ziploc bags. So she's got a morning bag, an evening bag for both of us. So that way we always know what we're supposed to take.
We were going, I guess I had to do it for 40 days because I did it a couple of days before we left. So on Southwest, they changed it that you have to start paying for bags. But since we booked this before they started that, our bags still fly for free right now.
Should be, because that's what it said when I just booked one the other day. I think it's May 1st, I think is when they start charging for bags. But we may not be flying Southwest anymore. I don't think it's going to last very long with Southwest.
Because I think a lot of people, that's why they fly Southwest.
Because if you're going to end up charging, I don't know what they're going to charge. We haven't seen the rates or anything like that. But, if they're only charging $10 or $20 a bag, it's not so bad. But I mean, some of these airlines are $45, $50, $75 to put a bag on. Now, if you can do the business class, you get a free bag there. So sometimes the price isn't that much difference for the business class. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, we've still got it. We're waiting to find out about Biketoberfest. We already have one person there that's going to give us a motorcycle. It's actually Heavy Ed that does. We did the commercial for the Midwest motorcycles there for the rentals and stuff in Sturgis. Also, you can rent them down to Daytona too, and also hauls bikes there. And he's going to give us a bike for Biketoberfest if we come back. So that's already set up for a bike because my bike will be back in Sturgis and then it'll come back home. And so we're waiting to hear from the dealership and from the city of Daytona. They may be sponsoring us too. And if they sponsor us, then that should cover. We're hoping that Teddy Morris will give us the hotel room because they already own hotels, never full. So give us a room there and then give us a little bit of money to help with the airline because the airlines are more expensive. It's going to cost us almost $2,000 to fly down and back from Daytona back to because we have to fly out of Wichita, which sucks because our daughter's there, and that's where we're to go. We'll just finish up with Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, go back there, then fly out of Wichita, which is not cheap to fly into Daytona, and then we're trying not to rent a car, and hopefully we can find somebody that'll pick us up and take us to the hotel, or maybe we'll Uber or something.
If we fly into Daytona, we can.
But then we'll have all of our stuff again because we'll have to bring our helmets and all the gear that we normally would bring for our motorcycle rally, which is the big duffel bag. But probably there we might get away with one suitcase. I don't know. Well, if we stay for the whole week and a half, because they actually have a 3-wheel rally now that they're doing over at Teddy Morris's. It's not nationally renowned. They've only been doing it a couple of years since they've owned it. And we offered to cover that too. So we'd be there that full week then. We'd probably get there Thursday before it starts and then maybe leave Monday or Tuesday after everything's over. And so we'll see what happens. We don't know. It's still kind of up in the air. If they don't decide here, or hopefully the city said they'd let us know next week. And I think the girl from Teddy said they would do something maybe next week too, make a decision. Because the same thing, tickets are going up. And if it gets much more than that, it's not feasible to even go. It's not going to invest that kind of money unless they're going to pay for it all. I don't know. We'll have to see what they're going to offer and what they're going to do. I don't know. And we're always open to that. And yeah,
always willing to negotiate.
Yeah. Because it's most of them see the return that they get. And that's why we always tell you all, when you hear us, if you go, no matter what you're buying, if it's somebody you've heard us talk about on our channel, you should always say, hey, I seen you guys because of Bob and Tam. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't buy nothing. And there's a lot of you out there that say that. I wouldn't know about you guys. And if you make sure you always say that all the time, then they know that to where when we come around next year and ask, we've already had a couple of businesses already said that they would be willing to do next year again. So, which is good. Because that gets us back to the East Coast again. And so, yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping we're going to have right now we haven't had a great month yet. It's been okay. Those couple good videos that I had on Harley Davidson really did good this month. We only made, I don't know, $300 or $400. I don't think it was about $300 off of Arizona Bike Week. So that wasn't real exciting and not a lot of, well, we find out a lot of you don't watch the videos unless it pertains to you. If you're
going to go there.
Yeah. So we have some loyal people. What we have on now, 48's on. That's probably loyal people that are watching our videos. And we always get that. We usually get 1,000 or so that are going to watch a video no matter what. No, some don't even hit that. We had a couple of videos this week. We did one for Boss Hoss. They had a big award. They gave a guy, he came all the way over from Germany, had his bike shipped over here to ride out here and also to get his award that he's rode over 200,000 miles on that Boss Hoss. And that's a cool story because actually back then in the 90s, you had to order a kit and you had to build your Boss Hoss. They didn't have a factory. So it was kind of cool. And I learned a few things that I didn't know. And so that was kind of exciting. And so we have one more video on Harley Davidson. No telling what else might happen. But there is another big shakeup going on. It looks like somebody is trying to control the votes. And so that's the video we're going to try to get done yet tonight so I can edit it and have it for Tuesday. So that way when we're traveling, I don't have to worry about putting a video out. Monday night, I got a video on the veteran bike. Won't believe what happened now. So that'll be on Monday. That video is already done. We filmed that the other day. And actually see me riding bikes. And so see what all that happens. So that's pretty exciting.
Happy Easter, Neil.
And so that's going on.
And then we got the one coming up with Harley, and then by then on Wednesday we should get for the rest of that week would be all on Leesburg. Leesburg is a cool rally. We usually do really good. We get a lot of good views and stuff on that. So we're hoping because it's the end of the month, maybe that'll give us that big push, and we'll get at least what we did in Daytona. Last year we did better in Leesburg and Myrtle Beach than what we did in Daytona, which is kind of sad because you'd think Daytona would be
a bigger rally.
But it's just I don't know. People just I don't know. I don't know why people watch.
A lot of people that told us when we started doing this, they're like, "You got to go to Leesburg. You got to go to Leesburg. It's an awesome, awesome rally." Well, when we started this, it was all the pandemic, so everything was crazy and nuts, and they had it at different times of the year because they couldn't get things passed. And anyway, it was crazy, and none of these rallies are the way they used to be. So we've only seen them since this last 5 years. So everybody says, "Man, I wish you could have seen it when it was in its heyday."
5 years before, we didn't do any of the East Coast stuff. Now we've been to Sturgis and we've done Arizona. We used to have the Laughlin River Run. We did that for about 20 years. Reno, I've been up there a couple of times. We went to Las Vegas a couple of times. So we've seen other rallies over the years, but we really didn't do much back in the 80s or the 90s. When I used to ride a motorcycle, I rode with some friends and stuff. And we never really did any cross-country trips. The longest we ever rode, when I had my 750 Honda, we rode from Southern Illinois to Chicago, 250 miles on a chain-driven bike. We had to stop sometimes because our butt was numb and my hands were numb. I couldn't hold the handlebars anymore. We had to stop at underpasses, and get off and stretch a little bit and get my feeling back and get back on the bike and ride again. And so we've done that, and then of course we got the Harleys and started doing more longer rides. And I like the longer rides. This will be a big test this year because I haven't rode. If I do it for Myrtle Beach, I don't think that the one going to Panama City will be that big a deal. 200 miles, we got all day to get there, so 200 miles ain't going to be that big a deal. You can pretty much ride 50 to 75 miles without any problem. After that, depending on her, how she feels, how often we have to stop, get off and stretch or things like that. So
it's mostly all highway.
So we'll see how that all goes. But my long run is going to be, if I've got to ride the bike from there to Myrtle Beach, that's about 650 miles. So I'm looking probably 2 days, probably a day and a half, probably one whole day. I'll probably get as far as I can get. And then the second day, I'll probably once I get into South Carolina, I'll probably get as close to the coast as I can and ride through traffic and stuff with it. Probably. I don't know. We'll have to see how it all goes. We're looking at, we call one of the vendors about maybe putting my bike in their truck. Then we would ride with another one of our vendors that's going to go straight there. And then we would be there for a couple of days till my motorcycle arrived. But we're staying with Steven, and he said we could either ride his bike or we could drive his car, one of the two, to get around and show you what's going on and what's happening and things like that.
He says he's been going to Leesburg since 2010. It's always been a fantastic event.
Yeah, it is. It's just a cool little town. There's not a whole lot of riding. You can ride around the lake. You can go out to what's that town? Eustis. And you can go out there, and there's some other roads that got to go around. And
Bill says it's 40 miles from his house. It's about a 7 to 8 hour ride.
And then we had we'd gone with Rod King a couple years ago, and rode up in a bunch of back roads and stuff. He took us a bunch of bars. One that had monkey sticker on the wall. I don't remember what that was. It was well known for, what did they cook? Grilled cheeses or something?
No, fried bologna sandwiches.
Oh, fried bologna. They were well known
I had
for.
one.
And other thing to cook, you could have fried bologna or you could have fried bologna. Other than that, with bread or without bread.
Well, see, the only thing I don't like down in the South, they still have fried bologna sandwiches, which I grew up with. My mom made them all the time, but we just use the real thin bologna. They use the real thick. I like the thin, and then get a couple pizzas, and then you kind of got to burn it a little around the edges, and it's pretty good stuff. That's the way I used to eat it. Mustard, white bread, just like a tomato sandwich. We used to just eat tomato sandwiches.
Never ate one.
We used to eat bologna sandwiches, but not fried.
Not fried. Ate a lot of bologna when I was a kid.
That was one of our staples when we first got married. Hot dogs, bologna sandwiches, mac and cheese.
Somebody couldn't cook.
Somebody still don't cook.
I didn't marry her for her cooking, that's for sure. Sometimes she can even burn boiled eggs.
I've done that before.
What happens? She boils the water out of it because she waits so long to come back.
I like them hard boiled. I don't like the gooey yolks. So
she'd throw it in, but when she got up in the morning, she'd throw the eggs in and then go do her hair and take a shower, whatever she's going to do. Then she comes back and I'm like, there's no water in your pan.
Yep, they're burnt. Have you ever ate a burnt boiled egg? Sean D says, happy Easter from Kickstand. They rode the bike today. Hey, Sean. I think that's Cowboy.
Yeah.
Crispy Kazon, how are you doing?
So we had some people that asked
Easter.
us about kickstands. So if you stay year round, we heard that he's only got about 3 or 4 spots that actually have water and sewer all year round. Is that true? And how is it in the winter when it really gets cold? Does your lines freeze up? Some girl wants to move out there and she wants to live in a trailer,
Year round.
and we don't know why, but that's what I told her. I said, as cold as it gets out there, I don't know if you could keep your lines, keep your trailer warm enough.
That where we saw a monkey sticker that Rod King took us was called the G spot.
Oh, yeah, it might have been. Somebody else knew about it.
Rod King.
Oh, is he on?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was on.
Oh.
And so I have no control about the commercials that are popping up. I see it on my phone too. You just got to hit the skip when it comes through.
The Eastwood's on.
And so you don't get to see that.
The
So we did have a winner for our spring fling. We didn't get enough with all the stuff going on. We didn't have time to actually bring it online and do it. We talked a little bit. We had a well-known movie star that won it, Gene Kelly. I don't know what his wife's name is.
Still alive, Leah.
Oh, and they're going. They're heading out tomorrow morning, and they're going to head that way, and they'll be down there in a couple of days. And so let's see how the weather and stuff goes. Remember, it's if you're going to spring fling this year, it's this whole year is going to be kind of screwed up with Eureka Springs and Rogers and all that, because they're overlapping other rallies, just like here at Leesburg. I don't know if, like, for instance, there's a lot of vendors that we know that normally would go to spring fling. Well, they're not going because it's going on during Leesburg. More people are interested in doing, Gator Harley or Main Street than going to spring fling. Same thing's going to happen to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. It's going to be a lot different this year because same thing. They moved it, and it's falling over the last week of fall, Myrtle Beach, and also over the Smoky Mountain Rally, that one that just started up a couple years ago. Third year is coming up. Mm-hmm. So at the same time, so a lot of those vendors are like, we'll just stay here because we're already on that side of the world to start with. They're not going to. So it's different now. They're going to, in spring fling, they're going to have a little bit down there in that new town of Berryville, which is just on the other side of Eureka Springs. But next year, when we get to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, there'll be more vendors. I'm working on right now getting JP Cycles to possibly come. And so we may be able to get a few more vendors over there in that little town. And they want to welcome the bikers. They don't want to hassle people. They want to take your money. They're going to be like any other town that says, hey, come on in, bikers. Don't cause any problems. And we'll open our arms and welcome you here. So it's kind of cool. Eureka Springs is like that too. I don't think Rogers is really too bad. But I mean, Rogers is more of a city. You're not in the woods. You're not in the Ozarks like you are when you're at Eureka Springs. That's what I like. To me, it reminds me a lot of like the Black Hills, things like that, to where you got some really good riding in the hills and stuff like that. And it's cool. And this year we're going to cover more. And so the other thing that we were giving away is a bike to a veteran, not a veteran,
Marine.
To a Marine.
Active duty Marine.
And we plan on giving that away next Friday. That has been stopped because the bike that we got, not the red one, bike they have down there, the title's messed up. So we're pulling that out right now. And if that doesn't straighten out, looks like either the weekend before 4th of July or the 4th of July weekend, that bike will be given away to somebody that's in active duty Marine. So you can still keep sending letters to us, putting your name in and stuff. What they're going to try to do is maybe even fly that person out for a day or two to collect the bike. And if they want to ride it home or whatever they want to do, it might be an option. They want to fly us in to help to actually give the bike away. So we'll see how that all works. And you'll be going, but your guys are going to be in Sturgis. Well, they have an airport there and we can fly out and come back. I said we could do 2 days or something and not be a big deal, 2 or 3 days. And
TCB says that he really wants to go to Leesburg, but the hotels are way overpriced at $200. What's going on in Florida with crazy pricing? I'll tell you what's going on. And this started way back when when the kids were little. They call it spring break now. Spring break they do from February 1st until May 1st. So anytime they think that's spring break time, and the prices are all jacked up.
Now you can look around. What's the town we stay in? We don't really are in Orlando. We're in.
It's called Four Corners.
Four Corners. So sometimes look around because Orlando's about a 30-minute ride. I mean, that's where we're going to be staying. We're going to ride over. We did it the very first year we did Leesburg. We stayed there and rode back and forth. So we're not big drinkers. So even if you drank during the day, as long as you're not drunk when you're going back, it's a nice ride back. We're not going to go back super late. Probably the latest will be is 9 or 10 o'clock. I won't go any later than that riding, but probably earlier than that. I don't know. We'll see how things go and what's going on, what's happening.
Ryder X is on.
There you go. And so
Cracker's on.
So we'll see
Joe.
how that all goes. But I mean, sometimes you can look around. Yes, in Leesburg, there's not a lot of hotels. So that's part of the problem. And so they kind of, but I mean, we had some people, what's their name, stayed there last year. Who was it that came in? Were they
Pat and Gary West.
Yeah. They came in and got something
At the last minute, like
yeah.
that. They came in Friday and found something for Friday night and Saturday night.
Yeah, so
But
and
I think
they
it
only
was
paid a
up
little. I think it was a little over $100. It wasn't a fancy hotel. It was one of those small ones, and they just started calling around. Let me look and see on Orbitz. Let me pull Orbitz up. I've been pretty lucky with no
Yeah,
issues.
these don't have anything on it if you
I
don't
know
know.
this is hard. Hotel. Let me write down Leesburg, Florida. Oh, I hate this. It wants you to type in someplace, and then it leaves the old one up there. Leesburg, Florida. Let's see. We want to go. Oh, I guess it goes into May. I was thinking we were still be at the end of the month.
No, it is.
No, it shows it's going to be 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for April.
So it's going to be, Leesburg is the 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
All right. So if you did, I'm figuring the 24th, which is Thursday, leave on Sunday. Let's see what we can find for 2 people.
He likes to play spin that wheel. If anybody ever watched The Carpetbagger, he used to do that. He'd travel across the country and he'd like spin the wheel and just wherever it took him on Orbitz. I think it was Orbitz too. And that's where he'd go. And then he'd show you the motel when you got there. So they're all saying hi to each other.
Yes, there are very stupid prices.
I didn't like fried eggs. Scrambled and boiled eggs are about the only way I'd eat eggs. I never really ate fried eggs, but yeah, we just had bologna sandwiches, just fried bologna sandwiches. And the more burnt they were, the better. Just like hot dogs. I like my hot dogs burnt.
Because that's our dad. That's the way he cooked.
When we first got married, and I guess the first time I had a steak that was medium, I'm like, oh my gosh, this tastes delicious. And then we went out one night with my mom and dad, and we went to a steakhouse, and they said, well, how do you want your steak? My mom's like, she wants it well done. I said, no, I want it medium. And my mom's like, she was just flabbergasted.
Now you could stay, if you just went over to Orlando, you're going to save some money. There's rooms there. So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's 3 nights. I just pulled one up here.
They said Brooksville has hotels for about $145 a night, 30 miles away.
Yeah. This one's
And that's
137.
Orlando's about 30 miles
Yeah.
away too.
So you can get something around $400 range. Isn't too bad. That's with all the fees and everything. Oh, there's $358 in Kissimmee, Silver Lakes Resort.
We don't eat it much anymore either.
Right.
But a good fried bologna sandwich is still
Here, Destiny Palms Hotel, Main Gate West is $212. It's got an 8.2 rating. Holiday Inn.
out of 45.
What?
Out of 45.
Let's see what else we got. Here's another one in Kissimmee, Legacy,
to Leesburg.
for $273. Includes taxes and fees. So yeah, you could find, you're going to do a little bit more riding, but hey, that's what you're there for. Get on your bike and ride a little bit. So yeah, you could get something for under $400. That wouldn't be bad. But you figure you can't really stay anywhere nowadays for under $100. There's almost
Very few.
like I said, we're getting a few deals in Vegas, but it's in the middle of the week. But typically most hotels now, you can pretty well figure about $150 a night. That's pretty normal. And if you can find something less than that, jump on it. Just like when we went to Daytona, I got that hotel for $100 a night. Taxes and everything was only $1,100. But I mean, we did have to drive a little bit. We were over in Port Orange, and we were over right by the highway there. So it was easy to get on and off the highway, but it was a real, if we were going to the dealership, if you rode through town, that took you a while. But we were on that far end. If we wanted to go like to the lighthouse or something like that, we were closer to that. But a little bit farther drive from Main Street and all that kind of stuff. So
Too far from Main Street.
depends on what you want to do. So,
You're right off the freeway. So if you want to jump on the freeway to get up to the dealership, or you were closer to the land, I don't know, closer to New Smyrna.
it just depends on what you want to
Daniel,
do when you
Eastern?
go to a rally. You know, I don't know. We talked about this the other day, but we seen that what was that the Sturgis show we watched? Sturgis
Raw.
Raw, and it was made back like in 2012. And it was all on one night. I don't know where we were at, but it came up on this TV channel, and it was like all 3 or 4 episodes in a row, and we watched them all. And it was just like the whole time we were sitting there, we were like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. That building wasn't there. That wasn't there. Showing more of Main Street. It wasn't like the Full Throttle one, but and it was like we were there. I don't remember any of that. So now we realize the difference between us and you. The difference between us is we're there to actually observe what's going on. You're there to have a good time and have fun, party, ride your bike, do all the crazy things you would do in a normal few days. But with us, we're more there now, standing back, and we're like looking in the window and seeing what's going on. And so we're a lot more observant now than we ever were. I was like, when the very first time I went to Sturgis, I actually thought Iron Mountain, highway was the same highway. I just thought they had different names for it. So we
One end
rode,
was Iron Mountain, one end was
yeah.
Needles
So
Highway.
we had done Iron Mountain, but I never had rode Needles Highway. So that was just kind of weird that, you just assume that. But see, that's the reason we have the channel that we have, because we seen when we went to rallies, if somebody's not there helping you, telling you what to go look and see, you might drive past the greatest place in the world and you never know it's there, because you don't know that that's a cool place to be or something to go check out or something to do. And so we try to find all that different stuff. And now we have so many locals that we know that live in different areas that will come up and say, hey, did you go check out this bar? Did you go check out this place? Oh, this place got a wet t-shirt contest going on. You ought to check it out. It might be a 20-minute drive to get to it, but it's a different atmosphere versus what you might see just sitting on Main Street in Leesburg all day. And that's all you do. You go from Main Street, you go down to Gator
Some people
Harley.
do that. They do that in Sturgis. They do that in Daytona. They just go to Main Street and they just sit, drink, and watch. Now, Cave Creek was kind of like that, but they didn't really watch the motorcycles. When they went in the bar, they were like in the bar. They didn't like watch everybody drive up and down the street.
Place to sit or stand to really watch bikes go by. There was a couple bars. Was it the Hideaway that had the little ledge that you could sit on?
I think it was the Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, and they had a little ledge where when you're eating, you could look out. It was like a bar, but you were looking out towards the street. But you're looking past the motorcycles and everything else. So it's a pretty long. If you've never been there, it's a pretty long distance because it doesn't have sidewalks. And so it was very different. I know that cycle guy, he kept trying to compare it to Daytona, but there's no comparison. You can compare Daytona. Daytona's more closely to say that it's similar to Leesburg. Same type of setup, but with Leesburg, they never open the street. It is closed for motorcycles all weekend long. It'll close on Thursday night at midnight and will not open again until Sunday at 6 or 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever time they open it on that Sunday. Other than that, no cars can come down their main street. Right. And they got a bunch of side streets that are closed that even motorcycles can't ride down. They can only go down the main drag. So that's.
Frank says he just sits at home in Daytona and watches the Main Street cam.
There you go. You can do that too.
Sturgis has that too. Yeah.
They have the cam there that will go right across looking at usually look at the bank clock, but now they don't have that bank clock.
Yeah, it's fun. We used to always get the time and temperature when we were on Main Street doing live, and I don't know if one of the bad storms came through and knocked it down. I don't know.
Things change. So pretty exciting.
And Eli's live streams.
Yeah. And he's over at a rally. He's been showing a bunch of stuff on Facebook, a bunch of bikini contests and all kinds of stuff.
Where's he at right now?
I don't know if it's in Texas or something.
Bandera? Is that one?
No, it's not Bandera. I don't know what it is. Actually, it looks like I don't see the people. I've seen him film stuff that's going on, and it looks like a pretty cool rally, but I don't know. I'd have to pull it up. I don't know where he's actually at. Somebody here might know if he's been watching. But I don't know if he's done any lives or not. I haven't seen anything come up on live. He may have bad internet.
One of my son-in-law's aunts lives in Brooksville. So yeah, and they actually had I don't know if they still have it or not. A couple of years ago, they had the first annual Brooksville motorcycle rally. It was right after Leesburg, I think. Or was it right after Daytona? Right after Daytona, because speeds went. And they had it last year, I think, and the year before was the first year, and it never really took off. The Brick and Barrel in Leesburg is a great place to sit outside and watch bikes. Yeah, I think that's where we do our lives from, right there. So, we've asked them a few other times, and every time we come in, they're always like, what? There you go. Yep, Ryder X is in Virginia too. West Virginia, isn't he? No, Virginia. Still fixing
at Mobile Bay, Harley Davidson, wherever the heck that's at.
Mobile or Mobile? Is it Mobile, Alabama?
I don't know.
There's Robert's on from Northern Ontario. Is it still cold up there? I bet. They're all saying hi to each other. Happy Easter to all.
It's
He is
Mobile. Is that Mobile?
I think so. It's mobile.
Let me just
Tomato,
click on theirs
tomato.
and bring theirs up.
Potato. Does it say their address?
I am going to their website. Facebook page don't show nothing.
So happy Easter.
Yeah, it's Mobile, Alabama. So that's where Mexi Philly's there down there now. He's put a lot of stuff on Facebook, but I didn't see anything on YouTube. At least that didn't pop up. Usually his lives do pop
Well,
up.
we've done the what's that one we went to? There was only one day. It was the Raging Cajun, or it was the weekend. And the sad thing was the hog group
Was out on
planned a ride for that weekend, and they were all gone.
like
so
a 2-day ride.
all the locals that probably would have came and hung out and made it
Somebody
a lot
wasn't
bigger.
thinking. Their hog
They
group,
were all gone. So
hog group screwed them up.
hey, Two Wheel and Tom, how you doing?
So,
Did you
yeah.
used to be one down and then up? I thought you changed your name to that, but I don't know why I was thinking about that the other night. And I was going to ask you next time I saw you. So there, I'm asking you. Yeah, that's where Ryder X lives.
Where?
Near Richmond and Williamsburg.
Is he going to do the...
He's going to go to Ocean City.
No, is he going to do the patriotic ride? The one...
Oh, Ride to Remember?
Yeah. I see a lot of people talking about that now.
You're going to do the Ride to Remember ride, Ryder X? Bob wants to know. Yes. Y'all helped me decide to go 2 at a time. I thought so.
I remember somebody was thinking about changing his name.
I know. But I thought I asked somebody. See, I thought you were from Torrance, California, too, but I guess you're not, because I think that's where I got somebody screwed up, and I don't know who that was in Torrance, California. I'm down in Newport area. I spend a lot of time up in Williamsburg. So they must have a Newport out there, too. 40 and cloudy today up in northern Ontario.
It's about 90 here today. It was sunny and pretty warm. We've had a couple cool days. We had,
no Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, we don't do Lake of... we've done Lake of the Ozarks once, but what ends up happening is it's the exact same time as Ocean City. So right now we're sponsored at Ocean City. It's actually Emery HVAC sponsors us there. So he helps us get there and all that stuff. So we've been doing that the last few years. I guess this will be our 3rd year. And he always says, more than welcome to come back. I'll help you guys out and get your motorcycle and all that. And it's different. The bad thing about that one too is that's kind of one of the first rallies we went to that we flew into. And it's just, it don't give us a lot of time because he gets the
condo. He told me this year, he says, let me know when you want to be there and it'll all be set up. If we want to get there earlier. I mean, we already got the tickets this year, but maybe next year you can talk to him about maybe coming in 4 or 5 days earlier. I don't know. And so Ryder X is not going to be doing the Ride to Remember.
Okay. And but yeah, so we had done Lake of the Ozarks probably 4 years ago. We did it. We're actually from that area. We used to live in a small town called Washington, Missouri. We lived there. And so we were just down the road from Lake of the Ozarks. We've been out there several times on a boat out there in the water. And been to a lot of those bars before. Some of them have changed their names from what they used to be when we used to go out there in the 80s. And so we knew that area, been in that area. The year we went was probably 2021 or 2022.
Probably 21.
Is when we went. We had pulled a trailer out there, found a great place to stay. We actually stayed at the Elks, I think is what we did. Yep. We stayed at. They had electric and water there for you. And so it worked out really good. But I mean, it was the problem with the Lake of the Ozarks when you're up that far, there really isn't, compared to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, Eureka Springs, the riding is nothing compared to that. You can ride around the lake.
Cool. Happy Easter.
A few roads to ride on, but I mean, there's nothing challenging. There's nothing, I don't know. It just, it's okay. And but what makes that area so cool is because those bars are open all summer long. So there's nobody really there when the bike weekend starts down there. It kind of overruns with motorcycles. There's people that live in that area, Osage Beach and all that kind of stuff. There's people that live there year round, but you got a lot more. In the summer, you couldn't even get around on a motorcycle because of all the boats and the people down there in the water. There's thousands and thousands.
A lot of people got killed on that.
Her mom and dad used to go down there when she was younger to Lake. What was that called? that
Four
resort.
Seasons.
Yeah, Four Seasons Resort. I don't even know if that's even there anymore.
Yeah.
And they used to go to that one all the time. And so then we went down there a few times. And we've also been over to Branson. We used to go to Branson when we had our honeymoon. We got married 46 freaking years ago. We went to Branson. We did that for almost every year after that for a while.
For
We
a
used
long
to
time.
honeymoon down there. And so we kind of grew up in that area. We'd rented out back then I rented out a old Model A that was actually a reproduction that they put on a Ford Mustang frame. And took the kids out. It had a
I think he
rumble
lives
seat
in
in it.
Camdenton.
Oh, well,
One time we stayed at a little bed and breakfast. I don't know, we still got that postcard?
yeah, but it's not there anymore.
I know. It was really cool because it was like a circle, and then it had, I guess, maybe 2 or 3 bedrooms or whatever, 2 or 3, you had your own thing.
Units.
And then it had your own hot tub out on the deck. So that was really cool.
And you looked over at Tamakomi River. They call it a lake, but it's a river. And so that was
up
pretty
to
cool.
Table Rock Lake. All right, so Frank wants to know if we've heard any rumors about Main Street Station on Main Street.
We talked a little bit about that when I started. So yes, there is some movement going around in the lot. Right now, what we're hearing is it looks like the people that were running it. Was Karen her name? No, that's not her name, Karen.
Who?
The lady that was
Oh, no, Fiona.
That she's over there doing stuff.
Something like that.
So other than that, we don't know anything else. We've heard some rumors, a lot of that. One of the rumors that are going around is that a brewery bought them out. No. The brewery bought out 777 West Main Street. If you look that up in Daytona, a brewery spent a big money to buy that lot. The city approved it, and they're going to build an entertainment district on that lot. That's that lot. The building sits back. It kind of looks like a big auditorium. It used to be...
I think that's where
Corbin used to build their motorcycle seats there.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe that there was a factory on Main Street. Corbin was there. And I looked it up, and it sure enough, it was true. And then I got into the city of Daytona, and it said that they approved it. And this guy's supposed to spend, this brewery's coming, I think it's coming out of Georgia, if I remember right, the article I read. It's been like $2 million fixing this all up. So I probably won't be ready by Biketoberfest, but maybe by Daytona Bike Week, it'll be up and going. They're trying to get that city, downtown Main Street, get it going again. I don't know. But we also heard that Cruisin' Cafe is trying to sell their property. It's a dump. I mean, it is. It's a rat hole looking place. It's probably got rats living in the basement. But I mean, you think that's a nice, clean hospitality place? Well, one of the biggest complaints about the business
it looks old. It looks like it's been there a long time.
That have been on Main Street complain about the businesses that are run down, that people aren't spending the money to where tourists ain't gonna come down the street. If they look down and it's like, looks like death row and only homeless people are hanging out down there.
To the Corbin building, that's a scam by the city. So Corbin never had made their seats down there, Frank?
I don't know, but it is sold. This brewery bought it. If you Google it, it'll come up and say who bought it. 777 Main Street in Daytona. Who bought it?
So Ryder X, Rod King will come to Ocean City if you go to Sturgis. I'm showing only 20 people with a thumbs up, and I see 60 people on. There you go, Neil. Tell them. Everybody needs to hit the button. Some of those girls at Cruisin' Cafe look kind of ready too.
No comments. No comments at all.
You guys are being fed tonight.
Yeah. I was trying to see the name of this.
The brewing company?
Yeah, the article I had earlier. Into a brewing and a restaurant. $2 million. Going to spend $3 million to renovate it all. 2 trillion, largely vacant for years. So I don't know. Why the hell don't they tell you what the name of the bad guy is? It's a South Carolina business that bought it.
No, it didn't say at the beginning.
No. At least not this article did. It just says that it has been approved loan, appears to be only thing standing. Well, the loan's already been approved because I've seen that. But the city had to approve
What
it.
brewing company bought that Corbin on Main Street?
Here's a Facebook page. Maybe that's where I
Street.
seen it at. Yeah, Facebook's gonna open. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's gonna open.
Savage Craft Ale Works
There you go. Where are they from?
from South Carolina.
There you go.
South Carolina brewery bids on Daytona Beach owned building. Savage Craft Ale Works.
There you go. So, but see, they've got that place down there on Ormond Beach. So Corbin could have been there at one time, maybe for a short time, but I don't know why if they didn't build, I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. So I had no idea.
The guy that's buying it is getting scammed. Been done many times before by the city. I don't know. So the city said they've sold this building several times before and it's never really sold.
Well, the city owned this building.
Well,
So they've been trying to sell it. Well, I've seen an article that actually said the loan went through, the purchase price is all done now. It happened around the first of the year. We noticed that it wasn't as many vendors on the lot, and I'm not even sure if there was anybody even in the building this year. So that would explain maybe why there wasn't as many vendors. There were only the ones that were kind of like on the front of the street. Before, they would have them all down in the side on that parking lot, and then in the building too. And this year, it didn't seem like it was as much vendors there as they've had in the past. So I don't know.
I'll tell you, brother, we're praying for him, Rod. I guess he told you that when you were on the phone. His brother had a triple bypass.
Yeah.
He
Said he was doing good.
I know, but he's not. I see 51 thumbs up. There you go. They're getting there. I don't think they have a fallen victim to beer goggles. So Ryder X want to know if we ever heard of D&D exhaust killing engines.
There's a bunch of stuff that's going on YouTube. So I'm going to talk to Speeds when we see them in Leesburg about this. Because so what's supposed to be, what we're hearing about it, and it's no longer they're making this pipe, but what we're hearing is whoever was coating the inside of D&D pipes. See, this doesn't make any sense to me as a mechanic, okay? Because what they're saying has happened is this coating's coming off the exhaust pipe. And with the new M8 engines, that the valves suck in air from the exhaust. They shouldn't do that. Because if you go look at a car, especially the older cars, exhaust manifolds are so freaking rusty, it's ridiculous. And the older pipes were rusted. So to me, theoretically, it doesn't sound possible that the engine should be sucking in through the valves, through the exhaust. Is
that the exhaust system you put on your bike, Ryder X?
So there's a whole bunch of people that are arguing that it is. Some people are saying it's bull crap. I kind of said the same thing. It doesn't make any sense that it would do that. But I figure I'm going to talk to Speeds. They know a lot about the engine stuff. They've sold D&D pipes too before, and see what they say. It's only the 2 and the 1 that's doing it. So if you got duals, it's not supposed to be happening. So I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me that exhaust rust from the inside out. Why? Because your motor makes condensation. So if you don't ride your bike until it gets thoroughly hot, to where if you're on a cool day and your motor never gets over 200 degrees, that moisture is still in your exhaust system. So it's going to rust. So that's why it doesn't make me any sense that these particles from the paint would be getting in there, scratching up the cylinder. Then why wouldn't the rust be getting in there? See, that part I don't understand. So we're gonna check into it. We're gonna see into some of it that's going on, but I don't see any facts yet. But what we're hearing from D&D, which I didn't talk to him, it was an article that I read that said D&D quit making that pipe. You can no longer order that pipe, and it's actually been off the market for a while. So I don't know if it's been off for a while, why it's only on M8s that they're having issues with, because M8s ain't been out that darn long. But
I'm seeing what reversion. I know that must be the exhaust he's got on his bike. They're all making me laugh. It's for emissions. That's what Rod King says. I turn 55 tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Crispy K. It's supposed to be raining here, so no riding. I'll have to wait a day or two to ride. There you go.
Florida's supposed to be great weather.
Yep.
94s is what they're predicting. No rain for the first part of the week. Maybe Saturday's like a 15% chance. Florida, it's always a chance of rain. But hopefully it'll be a sprinkler, and that's about the end of it. And we'll go from there.
Ryder X says he thinks it was just a batch of pipes manufactured between August and January
Of last year.
I guess. Hey, Jimmy. I had a good time at K River last weekend. Even fed us that last night. There you go. How about that? Can't sneeze about that, can you? I'd
seen a video that I thought it was just the the staff they were feeding. I seen a picture on Facebook. It was Chucky was doing some barbecue in
Okay.
there. I think it was last weekend. I think I seen a picture, but I thought it was they were doing. I don't know. Decay River, is that the party they had for the Stubborn Americans? Is that the one you were at Decay River for?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I know he's moved the date around.
Yeah, it's a real thing. My mechanic and several others went on YouTube and getting tons of calls. I don't know. I don't think D&D will be around much longer because of this issue. I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, it's just like Tylenol. Somebody does. Stuff can happen. Chipotle's killed a few people, and they're still in business. They kill people, so it's not like I don't know. But I mean, the problem with most of these companies is they don't make their stuff. They have somebody else make it all, and then they put their name on it and sell it. And I don't know about D&D. I don't know that much about them. Is that the one we see in Sturgis that Speed's always recommended?
I think so.
Um,
They're the one. I think they had somebody's bike at D&D, and the people wanted to see us, and so we went by and they said, put a sticker in our saddlebag. So I went in and I said, so and so, whoever it was, I don't remember their names, asked me to put a sticker in their motorcycle because I didn't want this guy because they had a tent there, whatever booth. And so anyway, I put a sticker in their bag, but that was at D&D. So Amsoil Adam will not be vendoring in Leesburg. He will be down there walking around.
He's got that truck show going on.
So he goes to that on the 75, and then he'll come into Leesburg a few
on
days.
Fridays and Saturdays.
So if you wanted to get your oil changed.
There is another Amsoil guy there. Is he at the dealership? Yeah, he's at the dealership. Gator. I think that's where he's at. I don't know. You can go on the Gator website and they'll show you who the vendors are. But if I wait and see, we'll show you on the video on Wednesday.
We can see a sprinkle. It's dry and dusty here.
Where?
In Florida. That's Rod King. That's in Kissimmee. Happy birthday, 55. Crispy K. Just learned the double nickel myself on the 12th. Well, happy birthday to you, to Will and Tom, too. So everybody's turning 55. We'll be turning 55 this year.
Whatever you say.
Again. I mean,
she used to go backwards until she turned out to be 1.
I know. Well, I think when I turned, was it 40? I don't remember. I said I'm going backwards, and then once I got to like
the teens,
yeah, I was like 18. I'm like, I guess I can't really do this no more. So I just accepted it.
Accepted she's 70 years old.
Getting close to that. I'm not far. Geez, that just sounds weird to say that. In Florida, just ride till you dry out. Well, it's hard because it's so humid down there. His name is Amsoil Allen. No, it's Andre and Harry and Andre, I think is who it is. That's Katie and Adams, one of their sponsors. Or they sponsor them. Whatever. I think that's who's down there.
They're one of their dealerships that buys from them.
And by saying happy birthday to Crispy K. We got to meet Crispy K once in Sturgis a couple years ago. It was only Cowboy Stuff Rides, a few others, YouTubers, creators. We had a great time, and Brandy treated us well. So was Ashley there?
Well, the reason we're asking is we see a lot of Adam Sandoval. We see a lot of stuff he's doing, but we don't hear him say anything, and we don't see her anywhere. And we've had a couple other people have said the same thing in Eureka Springs, wanting to know if Adam and Ashley are still together. I'm not starting any rumors. We're just asking questions if anybody, because Adam just did that Route 66 thing. He rode that ride. Then she wasn't with him there. He's been at that new campground that he's got down there all the time. So we don't, for being a young married couple that haven't been married very long, they're not together. It doesn't seem like they're together very much. So she still says she's married on her Facebook page, but she doesn't post anything very often, but just see pictures of her and her son. So just curious, was Ashley or was Adam there first? If Adam wasn't there, then Ashley.
No.
Ashley's really nice.
My maiden name is a name of a well-known car. My maiden name. So I'll let you guys try to figure that one out.
Torino. El Camino.
Frank said D&D say they sandblast the insides to clean off all the slag from their crummy welds.
That ain't real good.
Nope, I don't know. Nope. You have to try to guess my maiden name. I've said it before. If one of my cousins comes on, you'll see it. It's even better than Amsoil Andre. Yep, there you go. Andre and Harry. I'm pretty sure it's Harry. Harry or Harold? I don't know. It starts with an H. Anytime. That I don't know about. Adam and Ashley. So did you see Ashley? Was she there at the event at all?
Was Adam? Did you say Adam was there?
I think so. Was Adam at the event? As Southern American, I would think he would be
I
there.
think he would be. Because she used to always come out on Saturday, the last Saturday. They all came out and they met people and talked to everybody and spent the whole day with everybody versus all the rest of the time they're doing stuff to get, to get it
Ready.
done. And just curious. It doesn't make us any different. But I mean, Ashley's a really nice person.
Yeah.
She's been very nice, very helpful, and haven't talked to her in a while.
No. So no, Ashley wasn't there, or no, Adam wasn't there. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions. Got to get the scoop.
We probably assume that Ashley wasn't there.
Yeah.
So,
but Adam might not have been either. I mean, I don't know.
I would think he would.
Things.
He moved the day around. He was back from his trip. He's been back for a while on that. So I would say Adam would.
Both weren't there.
Oh, now that's weird. Why would you have an event at your campground and not be there to welcome?
He keeps talking about Brandy. I don't know who Brandy is. I know all the other people there. Well, used to be. Some of them have left. Matt's gone, and who else left? Erica, the girls that used to help him film.
Yeah.
But is Daryl still there? Daryl, Chucky.
What's your favorite lady's name?
I can't think of her name. I want to say Charlotte, but Cheryl.
Cheryl
did not like me. Cheryl and
Daryl.
Rowan. Daryl.
Roanna lived at the top of the hill. She just came down and helped off and on. She didn't.
And Puddin. That was Rowanna's sister. Anyway, his house is up for sale. Yeah, we saw that.
And well, she still works at. Well, we're here. She still works. Airport. She does. I won't say what her job is, but she works at a hospital in Oklahoma. So it's like.
No, in Paris. She works in Paris.
Well, it's still Oklahoma.
Texas.
Oh.
They live in the campground's in Oklahoma.
So that was a long drive for her to drive every day. And so I was kind of shocked that, but I mean, I don't know if he'll ever sell that house. He should have just did an Airbnb on it, because who's going to spend that kind of money for a house in the middle of nowhere? I don't know what you going to, what's that town there?
Antlers.
Where the clowns are buried at?
Oh, no, that's Hugo.
And
I just got a message from a vendor at my first Sturgis rally.
A message about what?
I don't know. That was Neil. Come on, people. I'm 11, and that hasn't moved since 20 minutes ago. Do it. A thumbs up. Hit the like early on. Yep. Choose to get on. Hit it. So you've been on a little over an hour.
All right. So I almost got to wrap it up because I got to find a cooler to take along. She left it at her daughter's house, a little cooler we took on the airplane to put medicine in. And
got some medicine that's got to be cold. And
yeah.
I searched the house. He kept saying, call her and see if you left it there. Because he says, when's the last time you used it? I said, when we went to California, when we went to Kimberly's. And
she called her and she said, oh, yeah, I see it. It's laying right here. I put it up for you.
No, I stuck it in the cabinet where the dog food was. So every time she gets the dog food, she's like, I see it. But she didn't tell me. But
it's this little fold-up one we got free from
Northern Tools.
Yeah. And so we started using that because it's nice because it folds up. I've got another one here, a bag one, but it's got plastic in it to where it's going to take way too much room. I'm not going to be able to put it in the motorcycle. So that's what I told her. I said, if I ride to Myrtle Beach, I got to have something better than just a bag, because it's not, if I ride all day, it's not going to stay cold.
You could probably put it in Joey and Caroline's fridge, in the freezer, or in the fridge. Because they drive straight there. They don't stop, do they? I don't think he does.
No idea.
The Great America Convoy starts May 24th, and they're going to try to meet up when they're in Georgia on June 8th.
I've seen he's got a schedule. He's really staying south this year. He's doing more southern route than, because he's not even going to end up at Milwaukee or nothing.
Gerald and his wife left. They bought a house off the campground. Chucky's still there, and he's an awesome guy. Yeah, Chucky's.
So Daryl's not even working there no more?
I guess not. Daryl and his wife left. Are they just not living there? Is he still working for Adam? Because he did a lot of stuff. She has a food truck off Junction, and I eat there daily. Only good food I've had on the street. off Junction, a food truck off Junction. They had a few of them. Remember up by
Should
the
have went to
Johnny.
Johnny's. That's got good food. Johnny.
Hopefully Johnny's going to be there this year. Chucky seems like a very sweet guy. I have never met him, but that's the impression I get.
He's the owner that originally owned the property. That's his grandson. So that was the
And
deal.
that was the deal. Chucky got to stay there, and I think he gets to stay there for free. I'm not sure, but we're thinking that was the deal when Adam bought it. So that's why Chucky's still there.
So he works for Adam, and Adam gives him some money so he can do stuff and things like that. But Chucky's a really cool guy.
It was by the Harley shop.
I don't remember no vendor there. But
Oh, is it Johnny's?
that's not on Junction.
Oh, no, it's not.
That's on Main Street. I don't know. I don't know no food truck that was there. Unless it was in front of that old gas station right there. Where you bought the bull's head.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't know either. I'm trying to think.
Rolling away here.
The other one was they had the guy that had the big old corn dogs at the Gas Monkey. Those two guys that had that little trailer. Remember somebody bought us a corn dog?
Yeah, but that was just last year. He acted like it's somebody that was the very first time he ever went.
I don't know. Leesburg, you have to eat at the Mason Jar. Have we ate there before? You'll have to take us.
Who?
It was 17 years ago, Neil said. Rod King said the Mason Jar. That sounds familiar.
I don't know where that's at.
We might have ate, did we eat breakfast there? I want to say maybe. I don't know. It sounds familiar. It's a short ride from Leesburg.
Well, the only place we really ate at is that place that's out there by
Eustis.
where the airplanes take off at. What's that town?
Oh, Traverse or Travis, something like that. It's not
We've
Travis.
been out there a couple times.
Traverse, I think. And that one little cute little town you go through too, it's Mason. Starts with an M, I think. It's like right around. Thanks for the info, TBC. Homestyle cooking. Wait, one with.
Yeah, that barbecue place is down there by the campground.
Mm-hmm.
They always have
That's
pretty
good.
good barbecue.
Was it called Love's?
I don't know what it's called. I ate there a couple times.
Yeah.
Some good old boys cooking out back.
Good stuff.
They know how to cook barbecue.
Yeah. Ed King, thanks for the info. I already did that. We have to promote Ocean City. What's your favorite part about the rally? Seeing you.
I don't know.
Puddle jumpers, yeah. But that's in Traverse, right?
Yeah, Puddle Jumpers is the name of that place.
Country Kitchen's
Ocean
is my favorite
City.
breakfast place.
Well, we got to go see the wild horses last year. That was kind of cool. But I mean, it wasn't wild like I thought they would be. They wanted to come up to you. I guess so many people fed them out of their cars probably. And so that was kind of unique.
We're used to wild horses out here like that just run.
In the
Like you can
fields.
just see the stampede.
When we went to Sturgis, we seen a lot the first time we rode to Sturgis. And we didn't realize they were wild horses because there was a fence up.
Good night,
And then
Jimmy.
later on, we found out that was all federal land. So this whole herd that was standing there by the fence and all that were all wild horses. So, but I mean, it's there's a lot of cool bars and stuff that's in Ocean City. I don't know if we're gonna get any big concerts this year. We don't know. It was actually put on by the same guy that got in trouble down in Ocean City. We heard he might be still in jail. He broke his probation, and so I don't know if he's out. But his mom actually put on Ocean City concerts, but he ran it all. So I don't know what's going on with Ocean City. I know they made a new entertainment district they approved. So they're going to have.
Because last year, did that kid ever die?
No, I think
When
he's
they
still
got hit
alive.
by-
I think he was still alive last I heard.
Some drunk guy on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
And yeah, because it was a hit and run. I think.
He was like
and ran.
17 or something. Was the kid walking across? He was in the crosswalk.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was on a side street walking, and the guy made a turn, I guess, or weaved over and hit him. I don't know. It was bad.
There was a couple bad accidents last year in Ocean City.
Well, you got so many cars running up and down the strip there. It just gets to be. I'm more worried about Panama City. We just heard that the highway there, 89, 98, whatever it is
So
all
messed up.
messed up between the dealership and Frank Brown Park.
And that's where the majority of the motorcycle traffic is at. And it's already a nightmare.
Because of the cars that's there.
I found the website menu and I'll send it to you, Tim. Okay, thanks, Rod King. Because I know we went to eat breakfast somewhere. It was either in Eustis or right outside of Eustis. And I think it was.
Oh yeah, we went to that one because somebody recommended that too for breakfast. It was okay, but
It might have been. Is it Marissa's? Was it one of her favorite restaurants?
I don't know if we went.
Or maybe she wanted to go to the Mason Jar, and we ended up going to this.
The first time we went by ourselves. We were over there and ate at that restaurant.
I think she wanted to go there that's how I know the name. She wanted to go there, but we ended up going someplace else for whatever reason. I think that's it. I think that's one of her favorite restaurants. Remember the pics of the videos I sent you last year on Coastal Highway? I've never seen a motorcycle accident that bad. Yes, that was another one. And I think, did one motorcycle run into the back of another one, or did they run into the back of a trailer?
I think they ran in the back of a minivan. I think it was stopped and Art was parked on the side or something, and the motorcycle, the one guy made it around it, and the other one just slammed right in the back of it. Yeah, I remember that. That guy, I don't think he died.
Yeah, but it was because I think we just left.
It was right downtown, right down where all the action is. It's like,
and we were coming back, and I think Ryder X wanted to stay out a little bit longer, so we headed back, and he stayed, and then we heard all the commotion. We heard the sirens and stuff, and then he sent us those pictures. The Twisted Biscuit is also a good place for breakfast in Leesburg. Wait on one, was it the 27? With Adam and Katie one year, that breakfast place. Remember? I can't think of the name of it either.
I don't know where the 27's even at.
It's, where the road forks, where you can either go toward Gator or go back down you're going toward Orlando. If you go like you're going back toward Orlando, I think that's 27. It's on the left-hand side, like within that first block. We ended up having to park at the insurance company because it was so busy.
Yeah, I remember that.
But and I think we ate there once last year too. I don't know.
It's on the right side of the road.
They hit a parked minivan and two motorcycles collided. There was debris everywhere. Yeah, I remember. It was crazy. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Not really.
I think I got everybody's questions answered. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you all soon. We'll be on the East Coast, but down south there. So we'll see a lot of you down in.
So tomorrow we got a great video coming out on, you won't believe what happened to the veteran bike. So watch that one. It's coming out tomorrow afternoon sometime, probably normal time. And then I've got a video, if we get time to do it tonight, that is going to be some breaking news on Harley Davidson. You won't believe there's a power takeover getting ready to happen. We're even going to give you some information to where you can go see the takeover that's going on. So pretty exciting. I mean, I guess I'm on these feeds now that I'm getting all this stuff coming from Harley Davidson. And
he tells me, he's like, here, read all this. We're going to talk about it. And I'm like,
well, so she said her just sitting there going, somebody got mad because she smiled all the way through the first one where I talked about Harley might go bankrupt. And they said, well, it looks like she's pretty happy about it. She's a regular newscaster. She's got to be happy and smiling.
That's
welcome.
What is that?
Sunny day.
That the newscaster can tell you about the plane crash with a gleam in her eye. What's that song?
I have no idea.
Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. It's one of those songs like that.
I don't know. I didn't know the song was about a plane wreck.
Well, no, it's not. But it's just people can do things. Good night, Chris McKay. Have a very happy birthday tomorrow. I do a lot of fun stuff. I know you won't get to ride. Bob broke it. Bob broke what? Good night. See you all in Sturgis. All right.
The veteran bike.
We'll see you, Red King, Tuesday night.
Yeah. We'll call you or text you when we get on the plane. It'll be 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. 11:30 your time.
Don't we have to stop and switch planes?
No, I think it's nonstop.
Oh, okay.
Because I think
you told somebody that the other night.
Well, I was just thinking because we leave at 8:30, we don't get there till 4:30,
Yeah.
4 o'clock. So I was thinking it was a long way, but I forgot to minus the 3 hours. It's about a 5-hour plane ride. So
Dirty Laundry. There it is. Dirty Laundry by Don Henley. I knew it was something like that.
He died.
Don Henley?
Yeah.
I know Glenn Fry did.
I think Don Henley died.
Have a good one and happy Easter. Happy Easter. He is risen. Don't forget that. Make sure you're right with him because he's coming back soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for notification, and support our sponsors. Tell them Bob and Tam sent you.
Oh, we did put a white t-shirt contest on my Patreon, but there's no nudity on it. But the girls get pretty wild. A little more shaking going on than what you could show on YouTube. They would say it's provocative on YouTube, so I couldn't show it. So I just threw it up on Patreon.
Okay, we will.
Because they wouldn't approve it. So
Ryder X.
Remember that Patreon channel? Oh, actually, Ryder X. Did you watch that video?
Which one? And, he's on Patreon.
Yeah, I know. I give him and Michael.
Well,
are on the private section.
Good night, Mike. I know you were on a couple of times. I don't know if I actually said hi, Mike, but hi and bye. Good night. Now he always comes up. Bob's always breaking stuff. That's art.
Oh,
Your art.
yeah. Well, wait and see. We're gonna call you today, but we were just running around so crazy.
I know when we were at Kimberly's. We were
But I
only
said
down
we
there a
would-
couple days.
I said we should call Art and see if he wanted to get up early and eat breakfast. We were
Happy
coming back
420. Oh, is that today? Tomorrow. Today's the 19th.
Today's the 20th.
Oh, yeah, it's 420
Smoking
then.
dope. Smoking doobie.
Stinks. I'll try Tim. Between the both of us. Or you call us during next weekend. How about that? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to watch it later. Thanks for sharing it with me. That was Rod King.
Because
I know.
Michael,
That
our
was-
professional photographer that does Topless
Rod
Tuesday,
Rex.
he's seen it on the other day, and he's like, "Wow, is that really going on down at that Cave Creek? I'm gonna go next year." I said, "There's a bunch of wet T-shirt contests and stuff going down there. We only caught the one."
So what did you tell him, Neil? Bear Butte called him and told him that they had his reservation. There's Gene Kelly. Da, 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 da. That's their winner. Did you? Geez, I got turned all green. Did you see that? I guess you can't move that fast.
No, because you got a green screen behind you.
I know that, but
This is not a real brick wall. This is an imitation brick wall. See, we could change it.
we don't need to do all this. Oh, geez, somebody from somewhere far away wrote.
Whoops, that ain't it. Virtual backgrounds.
And what about Easter? You said Easter up.
No, I didn't have an Easter one. Look, we magically turned into the bar
Here
here.
I could be. I dream of Jeannie.
You should have done it when I was doing it.
Oh, I didn't think about it.
There,
Neil says good night, and this guy says
the asylum is live. Come on panel if you dare.
There you go.
At Steve Billings Asylum.
There you go. And he's over there, wherever that is.
Pakistan or something.
I don't know.
I think he's spamming us.
You think?
Yeah. So we need to.
Smoking, bet you want me to?
Yeah. So go down to Gene Kelly. Go down to the end. What did he say? Yeah.
Oh, he's on there a bunch now. We're all loaded up and ready to head out west. Did you get all of the addresses I sent you and the phone numbers?
If you didn't, text us because we're going to turn it off because it looks like we're getting scammed here.
Yep. All righty. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love you guys, and we'll see you all soon.
Yep. Leesburg's coming.
Good team.